Good evening, everybody, and welcome to my final update on Tropical Storm Beryl. So, Tropical Storm Beryl is unfortunately strengthening right before landfall, and as of 7 p.m. Central Daylight Time this evening, Tropical Storm Beryl has once again strengthened to a 70-mile-per-hour tropical storm with 75-mile-per-hour wind gusts moving to the north-northwest, with a minimum central pressure of 987 millibars. And Beryl, looking at the cone, is expected to strengthen to an 85-mile-per-hour Category 1 hurricane with 100-mile-per-hour gusts moving to the north-northwest by 1 a.m. this evening as a Category 5 nearing landfall, and landfall is now projected to be around 2 to 3 a.m. just south of Bay City, Texas. Taking a look at Beryl right after landfall, Beryl's going to move just to the east of College Station and just to the west of the Woodlands as a 60-mile-per-hour tropical storm with 70-mile-per-hour gusts moving to the north-northeast, and this will be 1 p.m. tomorrow afternoon. We're going to be focusing in mainly on impacts across southeastern Texas in this video, however. Taking a look first at our hurricane warnings, we have hurricane warnings in effect for Victoria, Bay City, Lake Jackson, Texas. We have storm surge warnings from Corpus Christi through Matagorda Bay, through Galveston Bay, through Galveston, through Beaumont. And then we have tropical storm warnings in the yellow extending all the way down from Kingsville and Corpus Christi, Texas, all the way up through College Station, Texas, the Woodlands, Kingwood, Houston, Texas is in a tropical storm warning, Beaumont, Texas is in a tropical storm warning, and tropical storm warnings extend up towards Huntsville, even further inland, like towards Crockett, about 150 miles inland. So tropical storm force winds are going to extend well inland after landfall tonight into tomorrow across southeastern Texas. And before I move on, I would not rule out rapid intensification right before a landfall, and I think Beryl could make landfall as a Category 2 hurricane with 100-mile-per-hour winds around 3 a.m. tonight. So taking a look at the key messages for Tropical Storm Beryl, there's danger of a life-threatening storm surge inundation along the coast of Texas from the north entrance to the Padre Island National Seashore to Sabine Pass, including Matagorda Bay and Galveston Bay. Residents in those areas should follow any advice given by local officials and follow evacuation orders. Beryl is forecast to bring damaging hurricane force winds to portions of the Texas coast tonight and early Monday. A hurricane warning is in effect from Baffin Bay through San Luis Pass. Considerable flash and urban flooding is expected tonight through Monday night across portions of the middle and upper Texas Gulf Coast and eastern Texas. Minor to isolated major river flooding is also expected. Rip currents will cause life-threatening beach conditions through Monday across much of the Gulf Coast. Beachgoers should heed warning flags and the advice of lifeguards and local officials before venturing into the water. Looking at the 18Z run of the HRRR model to time out Beryl, Beryl is already bringing rain bands across southeastern Texas, and then we're going to start seeing an increase in rain bands across areas like Houston through Beaumont, through Bay City, Victoria, as we go into 7 p.m. this evening, and then the main core of Beryl will begin to wrap up as we go into about midnight tonight, bringing very heavy rain and strong tropical storm to hurricane force wind gusts in areas like Houston, through areas of around Brenham, through Bay City, through Matagorda Bay and Galveston. And then as we go through the overnight, the HRRR model is making landfall around 3 a.m. tonight Central Time with very heavy rain moving to the Houston metro area on the east side of Beryl, and heavy rain spreading up towards College Station, Huntsville, 3 a.m., 4, 5, 6 a.m., very heavy rain band. I mean, we're going to be looking at a flood threat across Houston, unfortunately, once again, from Hurricane Beryl as we go into around 5 a.m., 6 a.m., going into 7, 8 a.m., very heavy rain across most of southeastern Texas from Beryl, and this will continue through about noon tomorrow before Beryl starts to move to the northeast. Very heavy rain continuing in areas like Beaumont through Lake Charles, Louisiana, all the way through 5 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. And this is going to lead to some extremely heavy rainfall accumulations. Flooding is going to be a big issue across southeastern and eastern Texas from Beryl. Looking at a widespread 5 to 10 inches of rain in southeastern Texas, you could be seeing as much as 12 inches of rain in areas like Houston, 6 inches in Beaumont, Bay City about 6 to 8 inches. Could be seeing up to 4 to 5 inches in College Station, up to 7 to 9 inches in Huntsville, up to 5 to 6 inches in Crockett. So very, very heavy rainfall, extremely heavy rainfall coming with Hurricane Beryl. And taking a look at our tropical storm force winds, we're going to time these out next. As we go into around midnight, tropical storm force winds will begin to move ashore between Matagorda Bay and Galveston Bay. And then as we go through about 3 a.m., could start to see hurricane force wind gusts move on shore just south of Houston. And then we could be seeing hurricane force wind gusts just south of Houston into 5 a.m., tropical storm force wind gusts across much of southeast Texas in areas like Huntsville, Brenham, Bay City, Huntsville. Then going into 6, 7, 8 a.m., we could be seeing hurricane force wind gusts in the Houston metro area. As we go into 7 to 8 a.m. tomorrow morning, tropical storm force wind gusts in College Station through Huntsville. And then as we go through into 11 a.m., still could be seeing hurricane force wind gusts in Houston. Could be seeing hurricane force wind gusts as far north as College Station, Madisonville. So a lot of very strong winds with Beryl as she moves ashore tomorrow, even as we go into the afternoon. A lot of tropical storm force wind gusts across east central Texas. And then closing out the video with the peak storm surge forecast. I mean, this just keeps getting worse and worse. We're now looking at 4 to 7 feet of storm surge in Matagorda Bay between Port O'Connor and San Luis Pass. We're looking at 4 to 6 feet of storm surge in Galveston Bay through High Island now, 3 to 5 feet of storm surge between High Island and Sabine Pass, 1 to 3 feet of storm surge between Sabine Pass and Rockefeller Wildlife Refuge into Louisiana. And then between Port Aransas and Mesquite Bay, 2 to 4 feet of storm surge. Mesquite Bay to Port O'Connor, 3 to 5 feet of storm surge. And then only about 1 to 3 feet of storm surge in the Corpus Christi and Baffin Bay and Port Aransas area, and 1 to 2 feet of storm surge between Baffin Bay and the mouth of the Rio Grande River. So make sure you're making your last-minute preparations for Hurricane Beryl if you live across southeastern Texas in Victoria, Bay City, Sugar Land, the Woodlands, Beaumont, College Station, and surrounding towns, as we're going to be seeing hurricane impacts likely starting midnight, lasting all the way through noon tomorrow. Thanks for watching this evening's update on Tropical Storm Beryl. Please stay safe and have a wonderful evening, my friends.